When I was burgled, I was away from London, and I remember it really, really clearly. It was Valentine's Day, and we were having a lovely day out in Yorkshire. I can't remember exactly what we were doing, having fish and chips or something. It was all going really well, and then I got a phone call to say, the burglar alarm's gone off on your house in London, and the police, you've got to come back as quickly as possible. And I got back, and I just felt absolutely physically sick, because my security was, I did everything the insurance company and the police tell you to do. I had loads of locks on all the windows and on the doors. And what had happened is that a burglar had, in broad daylight, which I find in central London, watched, I assume by people in the flats around my house, he'd walked along a wall about 25 yards, a wall covered in spikes, climbed onto my balcony, got a pickaxe out and axed through a huge glass window to get into my house, and then once in it, went straight to the safe, but by then all the alarms were off, and he was locked inside my house, so he had to get out through the whole... I'm assuming it's a man, sorry if it was a woman, but, you know, I'm just assuming it was a brute strength to get in there. And nobody did anything.
How did you feel when you got back? And obviously, you know, you have the glass fitted and everything tidied up. Did you feel safe in your home?
You have 3 months of, you know, because you have insurance claims and everything like that, and you're sitting in your house with a huge piece of wood, massive piece of wood, over a window, reminding you. And I was freaked by the fact that this person knew exactly where to go.
Well, it was similar to me. I lived with my friend Sally, this was like many years ago, and we were on a shoot, and we came home, and I said, where's my car? Because I always park my car on the driveway at that house. And she's like, God, it's gone. And we were just like, well, where's it gone? And I'm thinking, did someone say they want to borrow it? Which I know I didn't. So we went through the back door, and someone had broken in. And it's clearly, it must be someone we knew, because they only went to my room, and they wrote stuff all over the mirror. My whole room was a mess, and obviously we had to call the police and forensics. And what they had done, they'd saw my car keys, nicked it, and normally insurance company, they pay you in a month if they can't find the car. 2 days before, they found my car in a hit and run, gave it back to me. But what was worse, not only getting in my car, knowing it's been involved in a hit and run, who was driving it, who had touched the steering wheel, and in my room, that they'd rummaged through everything. And I can't say it on air, but when the forensics came, it was very embarrassing when they had to go through my room. You guys know, because I told you before. Well, I wasn't allowed to tidy anything away, and... but, yeah, they never found them. But it's the fact that someone's been in. It's a really weird, creepy feeling.
No, it is. It's horrible. I got broken into many, many years ago when I lived in London, and similar sort of thing. I didn't realise at first, and I was sharing a house with a lot of friends, and I was really cross with them because I thought, they haven't even shut the window. There is no window. Where's the window gone? A burglar had actually, and it was then I noticed the muddy footprints on the side in the kitchen, and that's where they'd broken into. And they never actually caught the person who did it. Like I say, it was many years ago. But we all slept more... We were very jittery in the house after that, just knowing that someone had been in, and right when I went to my room, like I say, everything was out. And, you know, the awful thing is, and this is probably what, you know, Simon's feeling as well, not only do you feel for your safety, but somebody takes jewellery. I don't own a lot of jewellery, but the bits that I had, it's my granny's necklace. My granny's died. This is all I had, and it was just a thin gold chain. Doesn't it even worth that much? I'll never get that back again. It's horrible.
It is a horrible feeling. You almost feel like someone has...
You've been violated.
Part of your life, yeah. I remember when we were kids, and we lived off the back of like a railway. So the kids from the fields and the railways would come over, rob our bikes. Like, it would be a regular thing. They'd see the insurance and replace them and be like, yeah, let's go and get their bikes again. And
you're even saying that so nicely, like it's just... It's horrible.
It is horrible, it is, but it ended up, you had to make a joke of it in the end, because we were like, well, for God's sake, so every time we got a new bike, they'd be taking them again. But there was one time that was really chilling. We were all in the bath, and my mum was sort of like brushing our teeth, doing our bit. It was only the late afternoon, middle of of the day, really, and we heard like the window bang, but none of us thought anything of it. Wind, whatever. We're very naive in our house. We're like, oh, it could be anything, the cat. And it was someone who'd climbed into our garden, climbed up to my mum's bedroom window, jumped in, took her handbag and jumped back out again. And it's just...
While you were in the house?
While we're all in there, awake, like playing and having a bath, brushing our teeth. And I think it's just the fault of somebody being there, touching your stuff. It could have been a murderer. It could have been anybody. I think it's that horrible feeling that scares you. It's the what if.
It's the what if.
Not only that, I think people, like insurance these days, house insurance, they check that you've got the right bolts and stuff on your doors and windows. That's a massive, like, tick for them to insure you. And like when you said, when they went in your house...
They couldn't get out.
They couldn't get out because of the locks.
Fortress.
But it's true.
They were lucky you were in Yorkshire, Jones.
I don't know what I would have done.
You don't know. No, you're right.
The police only solve 1 in 10 burglaries, so you know it's a massive problem. I think just make their lives as difficult as possible. And when you're told to put all these locks on your windows, for goodness sake,
and
do it.
CCTV footage. Even if you give them CCTV footage, they don't necessarily track them down.